basketball fans. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, two teams start. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Checking out Cleveland. This is a team they played pretty well against last season, going 3-1. They'll look to keep that edge tonight. And another NBA season about to start. Shaq,
there's a number of talented teams all wanting that ring. I've said this before. Kenny has said it many times. It could be one of the best seasons we've seen in a while, including what Golden State did last year in the ring.
That was an incredible run. But some teams that looked unstoppable last year will start to show some cracks in their armor. But the other teams that didn't look like much on paper last year, beginning this season, are now looking like they will surprise.
And that is it for now as we send you to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports Group.
Capacity crowd here at the United Center, and we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. Battle ready to get rolling, and the Chicago crowd wants some love from their Bulls. Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's LeBron in at the 3 slot. Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons. Last year, they have become a fixture, Greg, in the playoffs in the East.
And how about last season, Kevin, had that interdivision matchup in their first round against the up-and-coming Bucks. Some hiccups form in that series, but they were able to prevail.
Now here's Love. The drive by James. Off on the layup.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Here's Gasol. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
Boy, in that playoff series against the Bucks, the Bulls looked like they were primed for an upset as they started slowly. Eventually pulled it together and came in as the underdogs against the Cavs.
Now here's Irving. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense.
And the Cavs knocked out the Bulls in 6 games. Bulls went up 2-1 in the series, but didn't have an answer for LeBron. Strong effort from the Bulls, though, but they just couldn't match the firepower of the Cavs.
And that one falls for Irving. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
Now here's Butler after LeBron James's miss to the left side wing. The kick out to Rose. From the baseline. Out to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Dunleavy, the pass to Rose. Beyond the arc. Mozgov grabs the board.
And those midseason trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
Now here's Rose, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Butler dishes to Noah. Excellent D there from Mozgov.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious. Yeah, and, you know, they built the roster to how they played best midseason. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
Guys, just watching Kevin Love, he brings so much to the table. But if you had to pick one thing, Clark, it might be the rebound.
I agree with you. I mean, he's not super athletic, doesn't blow you out of the water with his athleticism. But a few seasons back, this guy averaged 15 rebounds a game.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach David Black. One player he said he's worried about in this game is Pau Gasol. He said with his length and touch, it's really hard to bother that shot. We're going to try to be physical with him, body him up early, and deny him position. And guys, that's what a lot of teams try with Gasol. Force him to really battle through contact. We'll see how it works.
And thank you for that, Doris.
And guys, you look at what makes Love such a prolific rebounder. Great anticipation. I mean, he has the broad shoulders to create space in the paint, the strong ankle to hold his position. It's no wonder he's been a dominating force on the glass at every level since high school.
Now here's Love. Inside. It's deflected. Butler with the steal. And now Rose running the floor all by himself. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Irving. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
You know, regarding Kevin Love, he had a number of difficult transitions to make last season. Most of all, perhaps on the offensive glass. He averaged less than 2 a game.
After the basket by Kyrie Irving. Butler kicks it to Noah. And the 3 off target.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight. And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Cleveland leading by 5. Here's LeBron. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
How about the feel and the awareness he had there, finding his teammate behind the defense on the break.
Butler on the way. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Butler's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Great move there. That spin just dusted off the defense.
James outside. Smith sets the pick for LeBron. And again, it's Kyrie Irving. Irving's got 7.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Offside Gasol. Outside Butler. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Solid work at the line a season ago. 83% on his opportunities.
And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
And so Butler nails both of them. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much greater part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there. And most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick.
And that one's good.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
Here's Dunleavy. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Rose. Good, and a nice assist from Noah.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
Pass to Irving. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Irving's got 9.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Bulls trail by 9. Pass to Dunleavy. Good looking screen by Gasol. Back to Butler. Feeds it to Gasol with the fadeaway. Rebound Love.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
Here's Smith. There's Mozgov. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Mozgov's got his first basket of the night. Chicago's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And Gasol slams it in.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Here's Irving after the Bulls pick up 2. To the paint. Mozgov wide open. He fires. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists in the game. Bulls trail by 11. Outside Butler. Back to Rose. Here's Noah. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Outside Irving. He kicks to Smith. A 3-ball. Here's Mozgov. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Baseline jumper. Shot is good off the back rim and in. 6 points for LeBron.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
He had a great field goal percentage to start, exactly what they were hoping for.
Here's Dunleavy looking for his first basket still in this one. Bulls moving the ball around. Three-pointer, Butler, that's it.
Glad he was second-guessed at every turn, and that happens when you are picked to make the finals, but also when you coach LeBron James.
And for Black, Greg, everyone did wonder if he would be the right fit early. As the season wore on and the Cavs got tougher, those questions, Clark, went away.
Yeah, and I think most people forget that he's an iconic coaching legend overseas.
Good point, yeah.
So coaching is coaching. Sure, it's not the NBA, but this guy brought a pedigree and resume that was quite substantial.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Bulls. And then for Cleveland, Anderson Varejau's checked in for Mozgov. Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Amon Shumpert in for Smith. Now here's Rose, the fast break opportunity. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Thompson. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Well, Irving has simply been great. He's already got 9 points, and he's done a good job distributing the ball as well.
And you can't really place a value on what that means to a team. His passing has really helped their cause.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Cavaliers.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
You know, the Cavs last season won a bunch of games, but they had to fight for a lot of them. They often would fall behind early or dig a big hole and have to fight their way out of it.
Now here's Gibson. Outside Rose. Left side Gibson. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Cleveland leading by 12. Irving passes to James. Pick by Varejao. James kicks to Thompson. Here's Varejao. The shot is off. Great defense that time from Noah. The Bulls have gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. And it's Butler missing.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Varejao setting the pick for Irving. A floater. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the conversation.
Arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's something that oftentimes gets underrated. Maybe the best finisher in the game.
Agreed. Chicago making some changes. Bairstow, he's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Dunleavy. And it's Brooks in for Rose. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Williams is checked in. Both good from the line that time.
And, you know, Kyrie Irving really ambidextrous as a ball handler because you can't play him to one side, and he's ambidextrous as a finisher, too. He's so creative and crafty. Terrific at the rim with both hands.
Now here's Brooks. Over to the left wing. 6 to shoot. Count the bucket. Mirotic just got himself on the board with 3 there.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want. And one thing about Irving's ball handling, he does a great job of protecting the ball. A very low rate of turnovers for a player as aggressive as he is on the bounce.
Excellent use of the screen that time. Mirotic has got 5 now.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
And that one's good, Shumpert.
And this is an important game for him. I mean, he's back in his hometown. I think he could be a factor. He's around friends and family. He's getting that good home cooking as well. That usually comes with that. And I think when you're playing against any team, and even though you're on the road like this, it's not really a normal road game per se. I'm expecting to see a solid outing from him tonight.
The Cavaliers leading by 12. Outside Irving. Fires it up. Mirajic grabs the miss.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And it's Butler missing.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
From 15 feet away, no luck. Excellent D there from Williams.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
From 13, no good. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Cleveland ahead. They lead by 12. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And before the game, Star Center Joakim Noah talked about the intensity of this Chicago Bulls team.
I feel like we're the hungriest team in the NBA. That's a great feeling to be able to say that. Like, whether we shoot the ball well or don't shoot the ball well, win or lose, we know that we're going out there every night, giving everything we got with no regrets.
You know, I think Joakim can certainly make a case, Clark, for Chicago being that famished five, especially with Rose back on the court.
There's no doubting that, Kevin. I mean, even the addition of Gasol with his 2 rings, the way he left things in L.A., that left him with an appetite that has him still hustling.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, the Cavaliers enjoying a nice lead here.
They've been a well-oiled machine offensively thus far.
They've kept the ball moving, Greg, and their opponents chasing after it. That's how they've piled up all the points.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Cleveland, Williams is out there with Smith. Then there's Kevin Love. Then it's Jefferson, and it's Thompson in at the 5.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Here's Bairstow, and it's Brooks in the corner.
In the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Moment here now for an injury report. Now an update on Kyrie Irving from Doris Burke. Doris, what'd you find out?
Thanks, Kevin. I just talked with the Cavaliers head athletic trainer. A very somber tone over here on the sideline, guys. It does not look to be good news at all. A discouraging development for this team so early in the season. We'll see what kind of impact it has on them in the long term, guys.
All right, Doris. Thanks. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
And not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
And for the team, they're going to have to make some major adjustments during his absence. That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
Mirajic has a wide open look. Sinks the three-pointer. Mirajic has got 8 points.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
And it's Smith penetrating Thompson. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
Some changes for Chicago. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Bairstow. Dunleavy comes in for Mirotic. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Aaron Brooks. James checked in for Cleveland.
And one thing about Tristan Thompson, he is an absolute terror on the offensive glass. Was top 5 in that category last year, despite playing less than 27 minutes a game. Does a terrific job. And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Chicago calls timeout.
You know, it was a bit of a roller coaster year for Mo Williams. I mean, he had that 50-point breakout game, but then later traded away to the Hornets.
Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Gasol a screen. Dunleavy dishes to Rose. No good from 18. Well, and of course, Mo Williams, Clark shipped to the Hornets for their playoff push and helped out there.
I thought overall, Kevin, Mo had a really strong year given his age. Probably his most productive season since his early 20s.
Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Rose gets the bucket.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
And it's Smith missing.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
And it's good. Through contact, it's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
With Joakim Noah, I mean, you know exactly what he's going to give you every season. Rebounding, block shots, steals, a few points, relentless energy and enthusiasm, and even a few assists as well.
That's good from Joakim Noah. And Joakim Noah, he's all about doing whatever it takes to help his club succeed. Always has been. Greg, he did the dirty work when he played inside at Florida. When they won back-to-back championships, he's done it in each and every NBA season in Chicago.
And you just hit on it. I mean, he bites, he scratches, he claws his way into the upper echelon in terms of elite centers in our league. And in 2014 was named All-NBA first team as well as Defensive Player of the Year. Let's just hope he's healthy this season to get back to that level.
LeBron passes to Williams. Love right side. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. Williams has got his 3rd assist on the night.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Heinrich. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
The Bulls making a switch here. Snell's checked in. Screen by Smith. Here's Williams, and Cleveland again with the bucket.
How about that eclipse? What a screen by Smith.
And Chicago has possession. Here, matched up against Cleveland, is how they'll kick off the new season.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year, they came out on the losing end.
And, you know, with 2 teams in the upper pyramid in the early going, important to establish that pecking order, especially within your conference. So this game is important.
To the wing on the left. Mozgov against Noah. Here's Rose. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Rose has got 6.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
James misses.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
3-pointers. Snell, another 3 for Chicago.
They're absolutely stroking it from outside. I mean, textbook perfect. Good balance, nice high release, splash.
And with Thibs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team in the way they approach the games. You know, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one. And when you look at how Thibs got fired, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why a coach can be let go. I mean, he didn't have any performance issues, but apparently clashed in some form or fashion with the front office. Sometimes that's all it takes to be asked to go somewhere else.
And that one misses.
And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Irving's checked in. That one misses. As you mentioned, the Bulls added veteran leaders last season. Pau Gasol was the notable one. 11 Bulls, Clark, had playoff experience prior.
I mean, having Gasol, two-time champion in the locker room, big, as is having almost a dozen guys who understand the intensity and the details that playoff basketball requires.
Kicks to LeBron. Picked by Mozgov. LeBron can't get it to go.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there. It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall. And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Bulls trail by 21. Inside, here's Gasol, and that one is stuffed right through.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Irving against Rose. Irving kicks to Smith. Back to Irving. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today. Way too many shots in close, and he's got to get his guys to cut that down in terms of points in the paint.
Clearly the reason for the timeout, Greg. I mean, he wants his guys to toughen up inside and start protecting the rim.
Chicago calls timeout. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. Jimmy Butler comes in for Mike Dunleavy. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Cleveland. Jumper comes in for J.R. Smith. There's Snell. Shot is off, and it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way.
No denying it, injuries were a big part of the storyline in the Cavs postseason. Fortunately, LeBron James was otherworldly after the first round. Took care of the Bulls, then went on to sweep the Hawks to get back to the finals.
6 to shoot. Irving from long range. can't hit. Some solid defense from Rose. Bulls trail by 21. Outside Butler. The pass to Noah. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. That's 7 points for Joakim Noah.
And for the Cavs last season, their toughest test would be in the finals against the Warriors. Like every other team, they just couldn't handle the Warriors for a full series. A great run to the finals, and surely they'll want to return there this season.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Noah the screen. Butler kicks to Snell. Bulls moving the ball around. The kick out to Rose. Over Irving. Again, Chicago.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
From 13, Rose with some nice D.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Outside Gibson. Here's Butler. Sinks that one from the post. Butler's got 11 points.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Moskov, guys, was specifically sought after by his coach, Dave Blatt. Remember, Moskov was a favorite of his from when Blatt coached the Russian national team.
The Cavaliers have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Mozgov and Blatt with a close connection from their international play. Mozgov was a big part of taking home a bronze medal. Remember Clark back in 2012 with Blatt?
Yeah, exactly. In Russia, and now again with the Cavs, Mozgov is showing that Blatt has great confidence and trust in his ability, and that's wonderful for a player.
Well, we know the Mozgov started last season with the Nuggets and then was traded to Cleveland midway through the season.
And what an impact he made on the Cleveland Cavaliers, particularly at the defensive end. His size and his activity really helped the Cavs become outstanding at the defensive end.
It's stolen by Iman Shumpert. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Shumpert. 17 points for Kyrie Irving.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
Butler. Mozgov grabs the board. Mozgov's got 7 rebounds in the game.
And credit to the Cavs for going out and getting Mozgov. I mean, they paid a hefty price giving up the 2 first-rounders, but thus far he's proved to be worth it.
Shumpert dishes to Thompson, and he uses the glass on the layup. Thompson's got 7 points in the game.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Now the dish to McDermott. And Gibson kicks to McDermott. Bairstow, the pass to Butler. Off the screen. Butler can't get that one to fall.
And the Mozgov trade, guys, for the Cavs, I think can be viewed as their big turning point in the season. He completely changed the defense of their team. He was that missing piece of the puzzle. And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Butler on the wing. Gibson with the screen on Jefferson. Here's Bairstow. And it falls over the rim and in. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Irving dishes to Shumpert. The screen from Thompson. Jefferson attacking. No good off the pick.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Outside Irving. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Cavaliers lead by 19. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. Kyrie Irving was red hot to start the first. He ended up with 17 points and 6 assists. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, their success from the free throw line is big tonight. They absolutely were determined to take it to the hole and not be denied. We saw them dictating the action, finishing strong and asking for more.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
Ernie, they are way too weak defensively in the paint. They're getting walked over down low, giving up a ton of points. Barbecue chicken everywhere, with the sauce, without the sauce. We're having a Thanksgiving feast in here. That's a recipe for disaster. They cannot keep letting guys drive the lane, layups, lobs. Defense is weak, Ernie.
All right, and that'll do it for us here. We now take you back to the second half of our game. Kevin Harlan ready with the call.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but they're